Okay, Paul, so where's the steering wheel?
Unfortunately, we don't have one for this particular prototype. What we do have is this display interface running on a Linux computer. And the way we control this is, as you know, the rover has 18 different motors, and we could control them individually. In fact, we reserve the right to that, but it makes it rather complicated because then you have to make sure all the wheels are aligned properly, and they can sort of pull the rover apart if you don't get it right. So what instead we do with this interface is we give it what we call a body command. So we tell it the speed we want the whole rover to go at, the angle we want the whole rover to travel at, and then the rover does all the complicated stuff. It figures out, okay, based on that information, what angle do my wheels need to be at and how fast do they need to be moving. To give you an example, if it's following a curve, you can imagine on a car that the inner wheels travel a lot slower than the outer wheels, and so that's something that the rover has to compensate for. But we, as operators, don't want to get into that level of detail. So, for example, if we give it a nice straight path to follow, we've given it a rate of 2 centimetres per second. So if you just click that...
Top speed.
Yes, top speed. If you click that button... that one, that's fine.
I'm slightly nervous that I'm about to drive the Mars rover with one click of this button. Okay.
So it's now done the calculation, realised it needs to straighten, keep all its wheels at zero position and start to move forward at 2 centimetres a second.
And will it keep going forward now until it reaches something that it can't get round?
In fact, in this case, we're driving it manually, so it'll actually continue to go into what it can't drive round. We've not got the autonomy on. But
where's the brake?
What we can do is we can introduce a bit of, we can allow it to accept a command whilst it's driving. So if we add on a bit of a crab angle there of 0.5 and press the button again, you can see that the wheels
are rotating.
Yes, they'll start to turn to a common angle to follow that command we are trying
You know
to do.
you've turned it into a rock, don't you? I
have. That rock is quite easy for it to deal with, no problem there.
So it's climbing up a rock that's, I guess, maybe about 3 inches above the surface of the sand. It's taking it with ease, slowly, deliberately, but no problem.
That's right. We can handle anything up to the height of the wheels, which are 25 centimetres, so quite a large rock can be driven over by this rover. Okay, so we should probably stop it now, I think. So if we just move to that stop motion button and you press that.
Okay.
There.
This is the easiest driving lesson I've ever had.
And there we go, we have come to a graceful stop.